Good morning. Tracy here. Today, let's talk about fools. No, not the fools that fall in love. Those other fools. And sometimes you too have to act like a fool if you want to get to the truth. So sometimes to get to the truth, we got to play the fool by acting a fool to play the fool who think they fooling you. So sometimes we got to fool the fool who think they fooling you. Okay? It's like, sometimes people think that we can't see them. We can't figure them out. We cannot sense how they truly feel about us. People think that we can't. People think that we're dumb. People think that if they don't say it out of their mouth, if we didn't read it or hear it, we don't know it. We can't see it or feel it. And that is a misconception. You know what's funny? Is the biggest fool is the fool who acts like they are all spiritual, only to think that they can fool you. Because if you're all spiritual, fool, you know that you cannot fool anyone else. Only a fool thinks that they can fool someone else. You feel me, fool? Like, one time I went bowling with two quote unquote cousins. When we first met up, they acted like, oh, they was so happy to see me. Oh, yes, oh, we are family. I got my cousins with me. I mean, they was trying to make it seem like it was all that. They're trying to hug me, and as they hugging me with a dagger in my back. And so the first game, I'm not gonna lie, they was whooping my ass all over, because I hadn't bowled in several years. But that second game and that third game, they went from hee hee ha ha hee ha to to she thinks she cute. We don't need your advice. We know how to bowl. See how the tables turned? But I saw all of it, and what's even more importantly is I felt all of it. Even more importantly, some other cousins, they want to come visit when I lived in Florida. They want to come visit. On the first day, within the first hour, within the first 30 minutes of them stepping foot and sitting down in my apartment, the one who's now deceased brought up the conversation of her youngest sister, and the cousin, the one whose favorite letter is V with her legs, while laying on her back was with her. And I sat there and I watched them and I listened. And the only thing that I had to say was, she's a pretty girl. And that was it. I watched the others tear the dumb girl to shreds. Tear the fool to shreds. Talked about how she thought that she was her father's favorite, but she really wasn't. It was the other one that was talking about her that was. Talking about how she thought that she was just so cute, but she really wasn't, because it was the other one that was there that said she was the most fairest of them all. And the one whose favorite letter was V is V and will always be V for vagina. She was like, cosine, 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 cosine. Oh, yep. Oh, and don't forget about this and don't forget about that. And the entire time I sat back and watched, listened, and heard everything that they had to say. And the only thing that I said was, she is a very pretty girl. That's it. Next thing I know, she wants to stop talking to me. But I already knew. I already knew what happened. I already knew how the shit shook down. I already knew. Ain't nobody dumb. Sometimes you got to play the fool who think they fooling you. Fool. So I sat back and I watched all of them act foolish. And then the main fool, she want to sit there and after it all shook out, after it all shook down, she apologized. And left the other two flying monkeys to continue to act like fools. Sometimes you got to play the fool who think they fooling you. Sometimes you just got to sit back and you just got to watch. You just got to listen. Because you can already see what they think of you and how they think of you. But they're thinking wrong. Because you know what? They thought about the shit too long. Just like the different cousin who lives in Illinois. The one who thought that she was fooling me when she was just fooling herself. The one who didn't think that I knew when she decided to take that knife and stab me in my back. Because my back is behind me. How can I possibly see? I just didn't know. God bless me the eyes of 3. The 2 that you can see. And the one that's hidden only for me. So I sat there and I watched her. And I allowed her to be the person that she truly wanted to be, from the inside to the outside to me. And while she was being that person, full of all that hate, jealousy, and negativity, she let slip one of her deepest, darkest, dirtiest, most gut-wrenching secrets to me. I'm not going to sit here and put her business on the streets like she would do with me. But I am just going to go ahead and warn all my male cousins. Be careful as can be. Because in her single life, she too was a Jezebel. And maybe she did some things that she shouldn't have. Maybe she forgot to find out about her own family tree, which could have left her in a position that went from 2 to 3. So be careful of the person that you think is a fool for you to get over, because that fool might just be playing you a fool so that they can fool the fool who think they fooling you.